After they leave, they go on to their next show in New Orleans. And we also, during their show, we meet Morgan Freeman during the first show. Morgan Freeman's there in the audience. He's recording it. And so then I can't remember if the FBI interview him or if he goes to the FBI with information, but he takes them to the Las Vegas show site and he shows them the trick. He debunks the trick. And so Mark Ruffalo's character is kind of pissed off at this point. I forgot to tell you about the French chick. Okay, so Interpol that I told you about. It's this blonde chick. I don't have any idea who the actress is. She's cute. She's probably some famous French actress. No clue who she is. But she comes in from Interpol to help investigate because the French bank was robbed. And after all of this happens, they're like, well, how are we going to catch them now? And Morgan Freeman pulls up the card that says, oh, hey, their next show is in New Orleans. Let's go to New Orleans and go to the next show. So they go to New Orleans, and the next show, they do like little mini tricks, like rabbit in a box and abracadabra sort of thing. And then Woody Harrelson's character hypnotizes all of these people, and he's like, when you hear someone say the word freeze, you're going to tackle them. You're a running back or a linesman, and he's the quarterback, and you're going to tear him limb from limb, and don't let him go anywhere. And so, for their final trick, they had everyone write down a bank account and a number of money, or their current balance and their banking account. And so then he's like, all right, now I want you to tell me what Woody Harrelson does his mind trick, and he, says the numbers of how much money's in the account, and these people have, no money, and then he's like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're all wrong, and he also gets their benefactor, Michael Caine, on stage, and he's like, and how much? 140 million. That's a lot of money. What would I do with 140 million in my bank account? I don't even know. But they have these special little flashlights, and it's like, all right, now I want you to shine it on your balance, and it will tell you your new balance. And so they all start doing that, and the one woman who only had 700 now has $70,750 or something. And they're getting all kinds of money. And while they're doing that, they're also shining a light on Michael Caine's character's giant card of money. And while they're doing that, while the other people's balances are going up, his is going down very quickly. And they have no idea how, but his bank account's being depleted, and all of these other people's bank accounts are going up. And the cops are like, what the hell's going on? And they check it out, and the banking accounts are going mad because all this money is transferring into these people's banking accounts, and they actually have this money in their account, which is pretty damn awesome. Where can I get a ticket for these shows? Because they're giving out free money, and I want some. But they Mark Ruffalo's character is like, get them, don't let them escape. And the four horsemen exit the building, and then his character runs on stage. He's like, wait, freeze! And you remember what happened previously. And of course he gets tackled and shoved to the ground, and the French Interpol woman's just kind of smirking. And so that happens. And they're like, well, how are we going to find them? And then Mark Ruffalo's character finds out his phone has been bugged. And they know exactly what he's doing, what he's up to. They're several steps ahead of him. And he doesn't like it. So he's got a plan. And the FBI track his old phone to New York, which is where the Four Horsemen are. And so they go to New York and they go to where the tracking is. It's this apartment building, and FBI just starts breaking down all the doors. And the Interpol woman can't go because she has no jurisdiction. And so the Four Horsemen are in the room, and the one looks out and he's like, shit, they're here. The cops are here. And so it's like, Davy Franco, you stay and burn all the information, all the important documents. So they all escape. Well, Davy Franco's just like shoving papers into the fireplace. And meanwhile, FBI's like knocking down all the doors and scaring babies and good stuff. And they finally get to the room that the Four Horsemen were in. The other three horsemen escape. They make it out. And Morgan Freeman sees them escaping. And Davy Franco's stuck in the apartment when Mark Ruffalo and his partner get there. And he's a pretty damn good fighter. Not gonna lie, like, he's using magic tricks to his advantage, and it's pretty damn awesome. And then he finally, like, makes it out. He makes it out and he escapes. And he hijacks a police car, which is, I would love to hijack a police car. It'd be pretty, not just a police car, it's like one of the undercover police cars. So you know it's going to be awesome. And he's hijacking that, and he's driving. And massive chase scene, and then chase scenes never end well. We all know this. This is a fact. Chase scenes never end well. So this and that happened, and we're all like, no! Ah! And then they find the FBI. They finally get their hands on the last plan that didn't get burned, and it's a safe. It's a picture of the safe. And they're like, what are they going to do with this? But this is involved in their last and final show, their third and final show. And so they go to the safe. The safe is still there. And, the safe is no longer there. It's on a truck getting ready to be shipped out. So they're like, stop! And then they try to open the safe, and it's filled with party balloons. Well, they finally get to the show, and it's filled with party balloons. And then, so they're trying to find the other three horsemen. They're trying to find the other three horsemen. And, they're like, it's the place of the final show. They can't find them, and the show starts. And once again, they've been outsmarted by these kids. You know, these magicians. Magic isn't real, but they're being outsmarted by magicians. And the third show happens. And at the end of that, Morgan Freeman's character... Okay, I should also mention... I know I'm not going to mention it, but something happens with Morgan Freeman's character. And it's interesting. And then after all of this, they can't catch the people. Because at the end of the show, they like leap off the building and the money explodes. And that's the end of that. And end of the story. They can't find them anymore. And then, major plot twist! But I'm not going to tell you what happens. If you want to know what happens, you have to go see the movie. Because it's incredible. And this recap has not done it enough justice. Not even close. But I promise it is fabulous. This Ebert gives it 2 thumbs up and a grinning smile. Go see it. It's awesome. Now you see me. Now you don't.